Hey everybody, I am happy to see you guys. Today I'm going through my list of questions, and the one I'm answering is there a difference between Russian and Ukrainian culture, Russian and Ukrainian ladies? And if there is a difference, what is that? So finally I'm getting to it, guys. I'm happy to share with you. If you ask me, and that's what you guys were doing, you were asking me, I would say that there is no significant difference between Russian and Ukrainian ladies culture in the ways of culture. Our languages, they are very similar, but if you want to speak proper, they are different. Russian and Ukrainian are different languages. I speak both languages fluently because I am from Kiev, Ukraine. So when I was a little girl, it's interesting because most of our schools were in Russian, but I was studying in Ukrainian school, so I learned both. And it was an advantage for me because it's nice to be able to speak correctly in and understand both languages. The situation about culture, about mentality, behavior, preferences, tastes, it's been so blended for so many years, and actually Russia had started from Kiev, Ukraine. Kiev is the mother of Russian cities. So our history kind of tells it all that we are basically the same. I would like to pay some of you, I would like you to pay some attention though, because of current events, unfortunate and sad and very tragic. We have, of course, a very big contradiction. We have a lot of turmoil, hatred, and I cannot still believe that, we are basically killing each other and helping other countries to help us to fight and to kill each other. That is all politics. I feel terrible for both sides. I love Russian and Ukrainian. It's really, it's interesting because as far as I remember myself, we were the same thing. So basically my ethnicity and my roots are Russian from my mom's side, and I kind of grew up, more into, we speak Russian, we, read Russian literature, but also I read Ukrainian literature, and we had no problem with that. And, back in USSR, it was a pressure, from, the leaders and whatever. Basically everybody had to speak Russian, and it was great because everybody knew Russian, and then everybody knew the ethnical language, either that Ukrainian or people in Georgia speak their language, Armenian. So we had so many languages, but Russian was in common, kind of like English. But I have to say that back in time in Ukraine, some Ukrainian people would have pressure from Russian institutions, kind of in schools. They would suppress that so-called Russification, and that was wrong. That was not a good thing. It was pretty stupid, and it was no reason for it because everybody speak Russian anyway, especially in Central and East. But what's happening right now, guys, I have to say I really hate that because it's our relationship in between the countries are awful, and what Ukrainian government is doing right now is that kind of makes us hate everything Russian, put turmoil, and it's the other way around. Taking into consideration that Russification was wrong, now we have Ukrainification, which is wrong, which is also wrong, because if they made a mistake back in time, why do we have to go same route and making these mistakes right now? why can't we just have two languages and be happy? But you know, I'm going to whole another story, but I have to tell you a little bit, that's my opinion. And so if that would be 2, 3, 4 years ago, you would ask me this question, I would be laughing and saying, hey, no difference, same culture, yes, different languages, but basically same mentality, reading same books. And the thing is, we are all mixed, you know. It's hard to find in Ukraine just Ukrainian, or in Russia just Russian. We're all mixed. I think like probably 80% of people are have all mixed blood, and so on and so forth. So if you would ask me earlier, I would be like, yeah, shit, doesn't really matter, we're all the same. But right now, because of politics, you should be somewhat careful, because you know, some Ukrainians don't want to be, you know, called Russians. You know, some Russians have things against Ukrainians, and so on and so forth. But a lot of people, they understand that that is politics, and trying to stay cool, trying to be considerate, and do not add to this pressure, do not add more negativity to this. As for me, I believe that we are the same nation, and I pray every day that that situation be resolved, because we are the same. With all the little differences, we need to embrace them rather than fight. The reason though I'm making this video is that be aware, you know, you can talk about these things, you know, with your potential wife or fiancé. Some women would be sensitive, you know, some Ukrainian women are very patriotic, and some Russian as well, you know, having issues. But really, to be very honest, all the women, Russian and Ukrainian, have a big desire to be happy in their personal life, and most of them couldn't care less about politics, about being played, about the turmoil. The only thing they think about is how to make a better future, how to create a good family and go on with life. Everybody is tired of the senseless situation and senseless war, and just want peace, and want things to be as they used to be, peaceful, and being kind to each other again, and be able to enjoy life rather than killing each other. So most women would not have a real issue with that, I believe. Just be aware, you know, you can ask those questions, but basically we all want peace, and we want to be happy in our professional and in our personal lives. So that should not be a problem. And yes, culturally and in mentality, we are basically the same nationality. So with that being said, guys, I hope that's helpful. Feel free to post your questions, and thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time.